Welcome back to True Southern Football. Today we have the NFC South. Do us a favor and ring that bell.
Hit that button.
You still doing
Ring
it?
that motherfucking bell.
I told you, I can't help it. I lean forward when I talk. I can't help it. Anyway,
Yeah,
sorry.
there you go. NFC South. I'm rocking the Falcons hat today. We're gonna be talking about them first. But yeah,
Yeah, so we're going to talk about the Atlanta Falcons first. First of all, let's talk about Drake London. He was number one or the number 8 overall pick.
Yeah, it
We can
was.
sit over here and drool over him a little bit. His size, his athleticism, his contested catch rate.
His ability
Yeah,
to run anybody the fuck over after he catches the ball. I'm going in on this one. Sorry. So going into the true serum mixer, we definitely had some spirited debates about Drake London and Jameson Williams, and I am fucking in love with Drake London in ways that I don't know if I've really been in love with a wide receiver draft prospect in years. This guy has it all: contested catch, monster after the catch. He's amazing. He's going to be great in Atlanta. Mark it down, best wide receiver in this draft. Travis, tell me why I'm wrong.
Um, like my comparison, it's more of a probably a better version of Michael Crabtree. A lot of people have the lazy comparison of Mike Evans. I don't know if he's all the way that. Um, but I'd like to hear what Joey has to say about Drake London.
what I have to say is I know that he went to a perfect spot. This guy is going to receive all of the love from his quarterback, whether that's is going to start out as Mariota, probably halfway through the season once they start losing all the games that they're bound to do. Um, it's gonna be Pitts and London kids. So he's getting all of the love here because now we're not gonna have Calvin Ridley. Roll Tide, I gotta say it. Um, there's just so much opportunity here. They did re-sign Cordero Patterson, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so he's coming back. I believe
Had a
he'll
huge
probably
breakout
be.
year.
Yeah, he. What was he running back 9 last year on a PPR basis? So yeah, they're gonna split this guy out wide too. And and I just feel like I feel like he has the best opportunity. And we're going to talk about another guy here in a minute that's going to have a lot of opportunity. But I'm drooling over the opportunity because there's just going to be so much to go around and not a lot of pieces. So that's what I'm excited about. I'm excited to see this monster play some football.
And I do want to say I agree with the Mike Evans comparison being a little bit lazy. He just goes up and get it like he goes up and gets it like Evans, but it's that after catch ability that's got me drooling, man. I can't wait to see this kid play. We can move on though.
Yeah, like Joey mentioned too, the loss of Calvin Ridley there due to that gambling suspension, is going to play a big role in helping him develop into this honor rather than later. And uh, then we go on to their next pick here, Arnold Ebiketie. Call
Arnold
him
E,
Arnold Ebby, I
baby.
guess. I don't know how the fuck you say his name, but he was the 38th overall pick. Probably a guy that should have been drafted in the first round. At least I had a first round grade on him. What are your thoughts on that, Jordan?
So I think we should just call him Arn E. But Arn E, I think he's a guy that can be plugged in right away. I think he's going to definitely help them on the defensive side of the ball. I don't know if I would have put a first round grade on him, but he's definitely a talented prospect for sure.
He plays defense. Let's keep rolling.
He plays defense.
Yeah, they needed the defensive help. I mean, they've been pretty
Yeah.
terrible in that department for years now. They also got Troy Anderson, linebacker out of Montana State, with the 58th overall pick. Kind of a surprise to me is that they took him over N'Kobe Dean.
Yeah.
I feel like that will be one to really sting them for years to come.
Yeah, you want to talk about somebody I thought was going to go in the first round. It was Nakobe Dean. The fact that dude slid to the third round was nuts to me, but yeah, good point there. Anyway, let's hop back over to the offensive side of the ball. So obviously, they have Drake London. They have Kyle Pitts. What do you think he looks like in year two? And is he the number one option on this offense?
I would still put my money on Drake London, playing on the outside, big-bodied wide receiver, like you said, can do all the things.
Alpha.
Alpha dog, yeah, sure. And Kyle Pitts is too. This is two top 10 receiving options that this team has gotten in the past 2 years, and they're both look to be beasts. So I like where this team is headed, but it's just not going to be this year. They re-signed Damian Williams, or they signed Damian Williams and drafted Tyler Algier, in the 5th round. So it's not exciting. It is not really exciting at all. But
And it's led by a whole bunch of excitement at quarterback, right?
yeah, it is. I'm excited to see what Desmond Ridder can do. Let's talk about Desmond Ridder a little bit.
Ritter the Critter. You don't want to talk about old Marcus Mariota at all? Yeah,
Sure.
me neither. So Desmond Ritter, Cincinnati, won fucking everything. I thought he would probably go in the second. I think in one mock draft I had Pittsburgh picking him in the first. He's definitely got some talent. Reminds me of a Colin Kaepernick. He can throw, he can run. I think he's the starter pretty quick in this Atlanta offense.
Yeah, week 5, maybe week 4.
Any chance he beats him out for the starting gig to start the season? I don't think so. I think Mariota will at least get a couple of games to hang himself. But
yeah, there's
it blows
stylistically the same ish. So they both got the chops they can run with. So maybe that's why I don't know, man. It's all speculation. I don't know this kid for real.
It blows my mind that we're in 2022 and Marcus Mariota is a starting quarterback in the NFL. Wow. What are your thoughts on Ritter?
Yeah, well, one thing that I kind of had to was like you said, he's a dual threat, and I feel like he could be kind of that Jalen Hurts quarterback that could kind of come out of nowhere at the end of the season and kind of ride you into a championship. So definitely keep an eye on him on your waiver wires this season. Other than that, Marcus Mariota, I think he's really good for Kyle Pitts. We could see what he can do. He's always been really good with the tight end position. So he's supported top 3 tight ends before. So let's see what he can do, and maybe Pitts can bring up those touchdown numbers a little bit, because that's kind of what he more or less struggled with last year. It wasn't really the yards or the catches.
Yeah, so I do want to toss in one more thing. For fantasy football, I believe that we do want Marcus Mariota to be the quarterback. Rookie quarterbacks, especially ones not chosen in the first round, are just not good for any wide receiver, really, let alone some rookies and some second-year tight ends. So I think we want Mariota to start the majority of the season here for these young kids.
So let's move on from Mariota to his draft counterpart. Let's talk about old famous Jameis W. Eaton Winston and the New Orleans Saints.
Mm-hmm. This isn't super exciting either.
Disagree. Hard disagree.
So there's a lot of speculation out there that the New Orleans Saints could take a step this season and be an actual contender. And started off with their 11th overall pick in Chris Olave, somebody that I really love, and I love him to Jameis connection that they could bring. I like that deep threat guy, kind of, like he was great with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and when they was there, to have a receiver like him, I just feel like it's a perfect pairing for Olave in that situation. And what do you got? What are your guys' thoughts on Chris Olave?
I think outscores. I think he outscores Jordan's guy up here.
Drake London.
Yeah, I have more confidence in Jameis getting the ball out. That's it.
So,
But
so for me, Chris Olave was the safest wide receiver pick in the draft. Kid's going to be a really good wide receiver at minimum. I love him in this situation. Wouldn't be surprised at all if he outscored London this season as Atlanta's kind of getting their shit together for sure. What I want to say about the Saints, right, is if we run it back a couple years ago and a healthy, little bit younger Drew Brees was coming into the season with this offense, we would be talking about a Super Bowl contender. We don't know what the hell's going to go on with Mike Thomas. Dude hasn't played in what seems like 2 or 3 years. Hope that he comes back, but if he does, man, Michael Thomas, Jarvis Landry, Olave, Alvin Kamara, there's some weapons on this team. You throw a gigantic ass Trevor Penning, a tackle from Northern Iowa, a guy that I was hoping would fall to my Dallas Cowboys. I really like what the New Orleans Saints are have going on this season.
yeah, and their defense has got it. They had it last year. They had it the year before. They play solid defense too. So yeah,
And they brought in Honey Badger.
oh yeah. They're a solid team, and do I think they can make some noise? Yeah, but as far as what I'm trying to say is the exciting level. I'm almost over the Jameis experience, man, because they kind of pulled him back from what he was doing, just launching the ball downfield every time, and a lot of that might have been, some of the Arians' offense, but they definitely dialed him back. I do think he can make all the throws in the NFL, so that's good. Yeah, let's see
I'm
though.
just getting started on Jameis Winston. It would not. And look, we all know that what's about to happen when we talk about the Buccaneers and Tom Brady. We all know that I'm going to lay it down, right? But I would not be shocked if the Saints won this division. Just saying.
Oof. Okay, I would. Travis, you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I currently have Jameis ranked as my number 16th quarterback, so he's an excellent quarterback, too, to have on your team. Yeah, I mean, it's just all got to come together, though. Jarvis Landry being there, he was signed. He's been showing out at minicamp. Michael Thomas, his health. If Chris Olave is 3/4 of what I think he is, I mean, see what the Alvin Kamara situation brings with his arrest and possible suspension. Who knows what that's going to bring?
Yep.
I feel like they could ride that out for the first 6 weeks if they had to, though. Yeah, I feel like this team is a contender.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. And I think they're a much better. I think they have much better prospects in real football than their players do in fantasy football. I will say that, and go to your point on that one, Joey.
Yeah, I mean they got solid players. I don't know what's going on with Michael Thomas, dog. Like I kind of forgot about him, anyways. And then
But-
Jarvis is who he is. Never gonna be that top guy, but sure he's gonna bring you some PPR value for sure, and that's only gonna take away from the other guys as well. I don't think any of these guys are gonna stand above the rest. Like that's the kind of thing that's gonna excite me.
Yeah, Mike Thomas is never going to see the workload he did a couple years ago when he was wide receiver 1. No way.
And this is why I think Olave should excite you, is because he's somebody that can play all over the field. And Jameis throwing those deep, I don't give a fuck balls out there, that's the guy. That's the guy you're going to want.
I've thrown those
Jarvis
deep, I don't give a fuck balls a couple times in my life, too. Go, Jameis.
Jarvis and Mike Thomas both play those shallow routes, in the middle of the field. So I mean, like they're kind of gonna eat into a bit if they're both. Like at the value, I want Chris Olave more than them.
Yeah, for sure. Let's move on to the Carolina Panthers. Draft Christian McCaffrey. He's gonna bounce back, y'all. Man, he's got to, right? He's got to.
Don't grab
He's
Christian McCaffrey. He ain't bouncing back. It ain't gonna happen. He's gonna be great. He's gonna be great when he plays, but that dude is such a huge risk, in my opinion. Playing with fire. Saquon last year, same thing. Like, I know the talent's there,
uh,
but can you stay your ass on a football field? I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
he's done it before, so
He has.
it's just
I,
been a while since we've
I
seen it.
would
We've had this
be.
debate over Dalvin Cook a few years ago, and he showed the fuck out that year.
He did.
He's got all the tools, man. Like you said, when he plays, there's no one in the NFL like him. None. Period. Not Jonathan Taylor. Not no fucking body. So that's the thing. And you get a young quarterback in here, he's going to dump it off, and Darnold's not going to do anything either. I'm excited for McCaffrey here. And like my guy, DJ Moore.
DJ Moore. Hold
I get
on. Before we move on to the DJ, because I got some thoughts on him as well. Where is the highest you would draft Christian McCaffrey in a startup? Or a redraft, sorry.
Second.
In a redraft?
Second overall.
In redraft, I would draft him third.
I mean, I'm not going to say don't draft him number one overall either. Like, if you do that, I'm not going to be like, oh, no, like he's worth that pick if it pans out. And each year is a new year, and we don't know who's going to get hurt, who's going to do what. He's got the greatest upside there. So if you want to take him number one, I have absolutely no issues with that. None.
I'm going to tell you you're crazy. Anyway, talk to me about DJ Moore.
I was just saying, I just wish I could be more excited for him because he's so much fun, man. And come on, Matt Corral, let's go. Come on, bring something to the table, man. Because Darnold ain't it.
Yeah, let's talk about some of these draft picks. They drafted Ikem Iguano, offensive tackle, North Dakota State, or not North Dakota, North Carolina State. North Carolina State. I feel like he might have been a value at 6. I could have seen him going a little bit earlier in the draft at 4 to the Jets.
There were people that were mocking him at 1.
Yeah, I've seen him do. I did see that as well. He is described as an absolute mauler up front. Also described as a player that plays with violence and physicality. I think that'll be very important for Christian McCaffrey, as we're talking about Christian McCaffrey, and just kind of going back on the Christian McCaffrey thing too. And I just wanted to say that I have Jonathan Taylor 1, Cooper Kupp 2, and then Christian McCaffrey 3. So I just wanted to state that as well. What are your thoughts on Ikem Iguano?
Me? Kid's a stud. It was a no-brainer pick at 6. He was absolutely the best player on the board. He was the right pick if they didn't go quarterback, which obviously they didn't in the first round. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking about an offensive lineman for a subpar, mediocre team at best. I do want to talk about this Sam Darnold, Matt Corral quarterback competition. Who's going to come out? I'm a big fan of Corral, as you know, but I'm curious as to what your thoughts are, Travis.
Yeah, I mean, I just am wondering how long it's going to take him to challenge for that starting role. He is a great locker room leader. He is someone that he can also do it with his legs as well.
This is the one that has small hands, right? He's the one that has
No. That was Ritter when I went to Pittsburgh. But Corral, Matt Rowland Company, they're in a position where they might need to start this guy sooner rather than later. It's kind of the same situation Chicago was in last year with the Red Rocket, and they might start the they might start the veteran guy when they should have actually started the rookie. Yeah, so I mean, we'll see. I mean, their bye week's not until week 13, so I mean, we'll see how long it takes them to actually trot him out there. But I feel like he would be we were talking about rookie quarterbacks, but I actually think he would actually be somebody that would actually help DJ Moore in his touchdown categories. So, because he's always going to be solid when it comes to his receiving and his amount of catches, because he's like all-time great in those categories.
Yeah. Uh, You're asking about how long until he challenges for that starting role. I think that's up to Matt Rule and if he wins a few games up front or not, because this guy's on the hot seat. Is a guy that I was really enjoying, and he's done some not so great things so
Darnold
far.
wasn't the answer.
Yeah, so I hope Matt Rule gets another shot because I feel like he's doing a decent job at what he's doing and what he's got to give. So I think they're going to ride Christian McCaffrey into the fucking ground this year. I believe it's his last year maybe on a contract, maybe one more. I can't remember, but he's already been paid, so there's no reason not to run this guy into the ground. There's nothing behind him, nothing. And yes, I do mean nothing because what's his face ain't it neither. So
for me, going back to Matt Corral, and kind of something I think you were saying, Travis, I think Matt Corral gives him a better chance right now. I think he has a better chance to produce fantasy numbers for DJ Moore, for a Terrace Marshall, for those guys right now, just because of his ability to, like, the guy doesn't go down easy. He's elusive. He's not somebody that's going to run for 1,000,000 yards, right? But he creates plays like so much. And I think I said this in my draft write-up. He reminds me of a young Tony Romo out there scrambling for his life, making shit happen. And I think it would be really fun to watch this guy. I hope he's the starter as quickly as possible.
Week 1, baby. Let's get it.
That is actually an excellent comparison, and that's not one I had really thought of before, but I really like that one.
I mean, if you watch the tape as a Cowboys fan, it's hard to miss. Like, he's fucking young Romo, and I don't know. I love me some Matt Corral. Let's go.
So let's get into it a little bit now. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Your GOAT. Your GOAT.
The GOAT.
Back.
The GOAT. Not your GOAT.
About it.
The GOAT. What about him?
You tell me about him. What's going on?
I mean, Tom Brady was
too tight.
This fucking close. This close. That close last year. I'm fucking excited. How can you not be excited about Tom Brady coming back again, about to win the NFC again, potentially another Super Bowl again, might fuck around and lead the league in passing again. Like, this guy just doesn't fucking stop, dude. Like, you can talk about generations and yada yada. He's fucking dominated every one of them. Like, he's the greatest to ever do it. Like, that guy pisses excellence. Fucking love me some Tom Brady.
Yeah, so I got a question. Do you know where he's going in drafts? Because that's exactly what I'm excited about. I'm not excited that he's going to lead the league in passing yards and touchdowns and all that, which, yeah, I am. But I'm excited about where you're going to get him. It's got to be, 8th round maybe?
I would be willing to draft him
right.
number 1 overall as far as a quarterback 1 and a dynasty startup, because I don't know if he's going to fucking give me another 8 years. Like, if you had drafted Tom Brady as your QB1 5 years ago, everybody would have ridiculed the shit out of you. Like, oh no, he's old. Here he fucking is. Like, the guy doesn't stop. Like, fucking give me all the shares of Tom Brady. All of them.
Let's go.
Yeah, for any league that I was in dynasty-wise, I literally, sent 4th-round picks or picked them up off of waivers. I have, 3 shares of Tom Brady now out of my, 10 dynasty leagues just from getting them for dirt to nothing because people dropped them or didn't really want him because they thought he was going to retire. I said I wasn't buying that fucking hype until week 1 when I didn't see Tom Brady in uniform. So going forward, you don't drop Tom Brady until you don't see him week 1 in a dynasty league.
You still don't. Fuck it. Let him take a year off on your roster first before you can be sure that he's done. Like, shit. That's Thomas Edward Patrick Brady we're talking about. The one and only. So in all seriousness, though, obviously we all love Tom Brady, but man, this team is still fucking loaded. Leonard Fournette was the one. There ain't no more Ronald Jones, baby. Ronald Jones gone. That fight's over. Playoff Lenny got fucking paid, son. Came back. We got Mike Evans. We got Chris Godwin coming back. Fucked around side Russell Gage. I think Scotty Miller's still trotting around out there somewhere. Like, fuck, man, this team is just loaded.
Did you happen to see Albert Worth version of Leonard Fournette yet?
Oh yeah, White.
No.
Yeah. I
know.
don't see
Albert
him.
Hainsworth, Leonard Fournette. He
What do you mean?
He showed up to camp overweight. You didn't see that?
Oh, gotcha. I thought you just meant the rookie who looks just like him. So
yeah, he was definitely having he was pulling the old me and having the old cheeseburger off season. So
hey, he got paid, son. He'll work his way in shape. Shit,
I have no doubt. RB1, lock it in. Let's go.
Yeah, he's got to put on his Tampa Bay 15 before Tom Brady just whoops his ass throughout training camp. That's what it is. Like, he got to come in a little fat because he's going to be real lean.
Just one draft pick that I really wanted to touch on was Rachaad White. He's someone that I really liked pre-draft. Someone that I had as RB3 pre-draft. What are your guys' thoughts on Rachaad White?
He's Leonard Fournette. Like, he's literally the perfect guy for the Buccaneers to plug into this offense behind Leonard Fournette. Something happens to Leonard Fournette. Hey, meet younger, more athletic Leonard Fournette. Like, fucking perfect for him. Me personally, I will handcuff this guy all damn day any league I have Lenny in.
Yeah. I don't know handcuffs, but,
worth it.
Maybe he can have some value. I want to see what he does out of the backfield as far as catching passes.
He's an elite pass catcher, if that eases your mind.
Fournette's just he's proven to be that fucking dude, man. But we've seen the overweight Lenny before, man. The I don't give a fuck anymore Leonard Fournette, the Coughlin experience, down in Jacksonville. So we've seen that. I hope that's not what this is turning into in any way, but I feel like his team's got him here. So maybe not. Maybe he's just got a little hungry over the offseason. I'm cool with that, like you guys said. But
maybe Super Bowl hungry.
Yeah, maybe so. Hell yeah. Time to get him one, baby.
That's like 2 whole extra weeks in the offseason they didn't expect to have. Like, of course he's going to load up on Philly cheesesteaks and pizzas. What else he going to do?
Let's see.
Hey.
We got Ndamukong Suh going bye-bye. They bringing in Hakeem Hicks from the Bears. Probably hurts Travis' feelings a little bit, but this guy stops the run too. So there was a very, very noticeable difference when he was not in the lineup in Chicago. So I don't think they miss a beat there.
One thing that I think needs to be mentioned as well is they were without Carlton Davis for a good chunk of last season as well. That guy's a really, really good football player and absolutely will make a difference on the defensive side of the ball as well.
Yeah, I mean, their whole secondary was beaten up for a good chunk of the season. They were going down left and right on the outside. So
we didn't even talk about Devin White. Like, they're
stacked.
So much talent on this team. Buccaneers.
They had Sherman last year too, and he was hurt. And
Big Sherm.
Yeah.
Bold prediction for this podcast. I do it every single year, but your 2022, or I guess 2023 Super Bowl champions of this season, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Just pick Brady. You'll be right half the time. It's the safest bet in sports.
It is, especially when you got better than 200 odds on that. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, we got anything else to talk about on this division?
Yeah, do you want to just we can run through kind of Tom Brady's weapons real quick. I just wanted to touch on a few things. Chris Godwin, from injury reports, he's expected to probably miss the first 6 to 8 weeks of the season. So don't draft him too highly in your redraft leagues. So that's my only warning for that. Gronk.
Buy low.
Huh?
Buy low.
Yeah.
Buy low
Yes.
for Chris Godwin this season.
Yeah,
Yes,
someone's going to
absolutely.
draft him, and then they're going to start losing, and then they're going to be like, "Oh shit, I got to have something. Let me ship off Chris Godwin. Go be that guy to scoop him." But um,
Absolutely. Like as of right now, you won't like he's going. I think around 50 overall in redraft, like early redrafts. But I imagine he's going
too
to keep
high.
dropping later and later as the season. As we get closer to the season. Like right now, he's just way too high, and I wouldn't take my shot on him right now. But like Joey said, you wait like a couple weeks into the season, people are just going to be hungry for production elsewhere. Fucking trade for him.
Yeah.
Uh, and
Mike
and
Evans,
on
on the
that,
other hand, is
go
going to be
ahead.
the beneficiary of no Chris Godwin because he was soaking up the targets too like a fucking sponge. Um, it's wheels up for Mike Evans this year. Like, could be the wide receiver one. And like you said earlier, they got Russell Gage. This guy's being criminally underrated as well. Um, I just think he's a guy that's going to fit right in and slot in and take over that Godwin role for half the season and then be a role player after that. So maybe Russell Gage should be that fourth, fifth round pick instead of Godwin.
I don't know about that. That's a little bit too high for Russell Gage for me. But
It's
every
written.
year, we look at a guy like Rob Gronkowski. If he comes back, man, he's going to be a late
When
round tight end. Yeah, when
when
he
he
comes back, he's going to be a late round tight end he's going to get some action in this offense. So he's somebody I would look to take a flyer dart throw on towards the end of my draft.
Brady comes back, he's coming back, dog. That's the end of the fucking story.
Yeah, he's just eating cheesesteaks and pizza still.
Yeah.
He didn't leave the island,
Yeah,
unlike Lenny. See, Lenny dedicated.
they have said that he's still undecided about his future there, but I'm kind of with he does come back to time the sunset one last time at least. Like he's someone that I would have as high as tight end 6 coming into the season, maybe even top 3 tight end. It's not.
Why not?
You're going to get him later than the 10th. You're going to get him probably 10th round plus. And without Antonio Brown there.
Or Godwin.
Mike Evans,
like, it's the fucking perfect storm for Gronkowski to just rain down.
No Godwin.
No problem.
Yes, this is probably the least amount of target competition Gronk has had since his days in New England when he was the top dog there. So wheels are up for Gronk as well.
Yeah, as long as you don't get
anything
injured
else
at
you guys
SummerSlam fighting
got about the
Pat
NFC
McAfee
South?
What?
I don't have anything about the NFC South, but I did want to remind you guys to tune in next week. We're going to be going over the AFC South, so bang that motherfucking bell. Tune in, as always.
Stay true.
Stay true.